Anyway, your points number 2 and 4 are that I'm gonna put 2 and 4 in the same category here because you say that atheists say that a good God wouldn't allow evil in the world, and that the God of the Old Testament is malicious. And we do say that. That's true. But I'm going to go ahead and disagree with the argument that atheists make in this case, because a God doesn't have to be good in order to exist. That being said, let's look at your arguments. You say that God created people with free will. Okay, I'll believe that. You say that atheists often use the argument, well, if a child dies in a fire, where was God? And that we often overlook the fact that other children who die in other fires, or who are caught in other fires, often get saved by firemen who are used by God, which, by the way, is a contradiction of you saying that humans had free will, because we can't be used by God if we have free will. If we have free will, any good we do is on our own behalf and to our own credit, not to that of God. And here's my beef with that. If God is benevolent and omnipotent, then he should save every child out there from fires, regardless of whether or not there are people to facilitate his will. Because he's fucking God. He can do anything. And, yeah, God, I guess, can be malicious, but you say he's not. So that leads me to believe that he can not be omnipotent, because obviously he can't be both. And if he's not omnipotent, then what makes him a God? And your fourth point, you attacked a point that lots of atheists make, that the Ten Commandments, one of them was thou shalt not kill, and then God orders his followers to go murder others. And you say that there originally was a difference between the word kill and the word murder. What? Okay, when you're killing, you take a life. When you're murdering, you take a life. Maybe killing is more of an umbrella term than murder, alright? But when you commit murder, you are killing. You know, I can kind of see where there'd be a difference between the two words. When you murder someone, you have a goal to kill them for your own purposes. Whereas when you simply kill someone, the purpose could be for any reason. So I can kind of see what you're saying with that. But regardless, when you murder someone, you kill somebody. So God can't really turn around and tell people to go and murder after he told them not to kill. And the fact that he supported capital punishment really serves to justify the belief that he is in fact malicious. Which I have no beef with. Just saying. Those 2 points are stupid. They're stupid arguments by atheists because maliciousness is not proof of non-existence, and it's stupid of you to acknowledge those arguments because they're moot. But on the other hand, you do make a semi-valid point that the whole notion of evil is invalid if you don't believe in God, because in order to know what's evil, we have to know what is good. Here's the thing. Good and evil, morality, they don't come from religion or from God. They come from people. Humans naturally have an ingrained sense of what is good and what's evil. Religion has nothing to do with it. So yeah, I can say something is evil and know that it is evil even though I'm an atheist. The whole thing with good and evil is not a fallacy at all. On your second point, you say that atheists often ask, who created God? And you counter with, well, let's go back here. The universe exists. That means it had to have begun to exist. Alright? Which means that someone created it, which means it was a creator who did it. In that very sentence, in that very statement, rather, there is it's a flawed idea that you're presenting in the first half of that argument right there. Big Bang Theory, look it up. And I know you're going to say, well, what was before the Big Bang? Nothing was before the Big Bang. Oh, that means God must have been before the Big Bang. Well, I ask you, what was before God? You say nothing. So, that's just as hollow as that. God's not necessarily in the equation. Now, you go on to say that God never began to exist. He was just always there. Huh. Seems pretty damn stupid to me. If God was always there, then I'm going to say that that one particle that that caused the Big Bang was always there. And if we set those things equal to each other and let things play out, you see that the atheistic view makes a lot more sense scientifically than the theistic view of the world, because God is simply, as I said, not necessary in the equation. So yeah, those are my thoughts for today. Hope you got something out of it.